it doesn't make sense for me to be crying every week on this couch, y'all. Something's wrong. Who taught you to shine in primary? Who taught you to shine in high school? And who's teaching you to shine now?
Nobody taught me how to shine.
If you've never had a personal encounter with nobody, you haven't fought them, you haven't sweat them, you haven't done anything to them, and they hate you, it's probably because they want to be you.
Oh, I know a color.
Of Namanga.
I do. Oh,
Namanga.
You can Google it even.
Okay.
Okay, car.
Ferrari.
Ford.
Okay. Country, France.
Finland.
Okay. Brand, Fabiani.
Fendi.
Okay.
We have 50, Mama, 50. I knew it.
Color fuchsia.
I also said fuchsia. I think that when black girls are joyful, it's an act of revolution.
Joy in the midst of chaos brings peace.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think we should carry on doing that. Like, carry on being loud and proud. Like, I know that we are right now going through a lot as women in this country, but I think we should persevere and stay joyful in all of it. Hello, hi to go, mommy dearest.
Hi, I'm Kai, aka Adi.
And welcome to Thought Digest, where we
amplify conversations.
One thought at a time. Welcome
I forgot that last part again.
I can't believe it.
It's okay.
I can't.
Hi, guys.
I can't believe it.
Hi.
Should we go again? Oh, you're fine. Okay.
It's okay. No betray smash. You guys.
You know that.
We're rusty.
We miss work for 1 week. We forget the intro. Crazy business.
It's true.
Crazy
Don't mind
business.
my Maybelline plump lip gloss heat. Don't mind it. Sorry, I forgot it over there.
Maybelline, if you're watching this,
wink.
Wink, because why?
No, I genuinely forgot it there, guys. That was not no shameless promo.
No. Also, guys, the month of June is focusing on echoes of our youth, guys, because of its youth month, June 16 and everything. And we've already had a heavily political month already in March. I think we went heavy on human rights and so on and so forth. Yeah. So this month, I didn't want it to focus a lot on politics, but rather the echoes of our youth, basically how from 16-year-old versions of ourselves to 22, 23-year-old versions of ourselves today. So life update, give us something. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
So
You were matching, even though I might be colorblind. Is this green?
It is green.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, is this a yellow or a green or a
yellow?
Green and a yellow together?
Green.
Hey man,
it's green.
Say man,
it's green.
Life updates. I've had some downtime. Not very much, actually, just about 2 weeks. But I think it was good enough for me to spend some time with family. I'm so sad my family is gone. If you guys are watching this, you're probably not. But the week leading up to my nephew's burial, the house was packed. Like, all my nieces and nephews, with all of them, guys. I have, for context sake, 2 of my brothers have kids, and one has 4, and the other one had 3 but now has 2. So all of them were in the house, including my brother and his wife. All my older brothers were in the house. It was just lovely to have them around, and now the house is empty. No laughter from children.
It's just the house
just
now.
dull adults getting from day to day, making the money,
teenagers
getting the
over
bag.
there.
There's no teenagers even. Like, everybody in the house is an adult.
Fair, because everybody's like 18 and above.
And it's all wake up and get like, it's back to regular programming, which sucks, because one thing that I did learn during the week that my nieces and nephews were there is that they showed me that every day is an opportunity to do something fun. Like, every day is an opportunity to make that day special, because there was not a single day where we sat and just looked at each other and
said, okay, what's going on? Yeah.
One day we're painting, next day we're drawing, next day we're dancing. And it was always a carpe diem day with my family that week, and which was really healing for us in the moment, because as much as we were grieving together, we used that as an opportunity to laugh together as well. I met some new family members, guys. The one thing that I don't enjoy about any major occasion is how people just pop up out of the woodworks, bro. It's like,
savings isn't just about money. It's about what that money gives you. Freedom, peace of mind, a soft place to land. Absa Saving Coach, the latest innovation from Absa, is designed to make saving fun and easy. You name your goal. Study fees, travel, mental wellness retreat, and you decide how to get there. Want to automate your savings every payday? Done.
Want to save a little every time you reach a personal goal? You can do that too. It's intentional, flexible, and it's all available on Absa's banking app. So go ahead, save in a way that fits your life with Absa's Saving Coach. Absa is an authorized FSP and a registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
When
Who is you? Like,
I've never seen you in my 22 years of living. But you deserve an invitation to my wedding.
Like,
you are
what?
coming, you are mourning with me. Do you even know the person you are?
But it was really interesting to meet new family members. I also do not, that was the last time, God, I'm hoping it's the last time we receive uninvited visitors, uninvited guests. I'm glad that, I'm sort of navigating this grief period by making myself laugh every now and then. And one thing that has made me laugh in the past week is how people just insist on coming to mourn with you. Hey, I haven't seen you in 3-4 years. What the hell are you doing? And sure, you have great intentions, but give us a heads up.
Yeah,
maybe,
hey, should I come? Hey, 1, 2, 3. I think it's a thing of it's very difficult to navigate because there's a saying that you don't get invited to funerals. There's no invitation sent out during funerals.
I mean, no, absolutely. For close friends and family, you don't need an invitation.
Yes.
But I mean, if we haven't seen you in 3-4 years,
and
you
our
just popping up out of
relationship is purely platonic, and then all of a sudden you are here. Okay.
And then you expect, guys, I don't like visitors. I don't like visitors. If I didn't invite you, don't go.
No.
Unless you're again, close friend and family.
Yeah.
But you come, now I must host you, now I must make you tea, now I must. And I hated that process, guys. Thankfully, there will not be any reason for us to have those kind of visitors again. Even my own wedding.
Yeah, no, she wants something small, intimate. Even if I know about it, it would be a shock. That's how small she wants it.
I don't like visitors.
She wants something very small. And I'm like, girl, you are Kaya. Of course, nothing you do is going to be small.
Maybe the wedding, the should I say the white wedding? I don't like that term, but
the modern wedding.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
the modern wedding is gonna have guests and all.
Yeah.
But this period showed me that I do not like visitors.
Okay. It's established.
Don't come especially now. Unannounced. But my life update long. Thank you. The other thing, I don't know when our newsletter is going to come out. Hopefully it would have come out by the time you guys see this. But if not, you'll read more about it in my journal entry in the newsletter. But this period has, as much as it has brought grief, it's brought so much peace. Because I think a week or two before we buried Jaden Lee, I kept ruminating on the idea that you should put people in their boxes and treat them accordingly. And come time for the, funeral prep and, when I needed community the most, is when I felt I think had I not ruminated on that the week before, I would have been offended by certain absences. But I was so grateful to have the ones who showed up and the ones who didn't. I was just oh, vele,
it makes sense.
That's the box I put you
in,
you know? And so I want to encourage our audience that if you are also experiencing grief and you feel like you're alone and nobody's really there, it's an indication that you should put people in their boxes. And in that box, for instance, I laugh with this person, I may go out with this person, but I won't expect much from this person. I do business with this person. We may sometimes have conversations about our personal life, but I also cannot rely on this person. This person, put them in their boxes, because if you enter a season where you need people and they don't show up and you didn't put them in the right box, you're going to fall into massive disappointment.
Yes, so you're gonna feel oh my God, the world is crumbling. Oh my God, where's everybody? Makes sense.
Anyway, you'll read more about that
on the journal
in the newsletter, guys. We're not gonna cover any newsletter content, yeah, and we're not gonna cover any content on the newsletter. Like, it's completely separate conversations, very intimate conversations there as well. But that's my life update. I've been journaling as well. The idea of journaling seems a bit daunting when you're just going off the top of your head, but you need an actual journal. So sometimes people buy a notebook and then they assume, they're going to start journaling from scratch, but you actually need a journal that's going to give you prompts, that's going to give you daily ways to organize your thoughts. And yesterday, the thought piece on the journal was, when was the last time you felt connected to your true self? That was number one. And then the second journal prompt was, name 3 people who have contributed to your life significantly within the past 12 months and however they've made you a better person. And, these are things we think about every now and then, but we never really get to write them down.
Yeah.
And when you write them down, so many things that you never considered before begin to hit the paper, which has been really lovely for me. I've begun to organize my thoughts, organize my feelings. I'm in a surprisingly good place. I'm allowing myself to grieve as well. Again, newsletter content, but grief has so many
phases and stages. It's a forever thing. You will never stop grieving.
Yeah. And there is a little bit of peace as well because of the progress that is being made in the police investigation. So we're seeing some progress on that end, and that is lifting some of the weight of the manner in which his life was taken. It's kind of like, okay, justice seems impending, which is contributing, to the lightness in my being at the moment. But I'm doing my best to be there for my brother because he lives with us. He's a man, you know how men are, they swallow their emotions, but we're all rallying behind him whenever he needs something. We're there, and we're waiting for that moment because I feel like he's in that denial stage of grief where you still haven't registered exactly what's happened, but we're waiting for the pin to drop, and when it drops, we're gonna be there, which is what family is for. But that's my life update. The lengthiest life update I've had the entire year. I usually try to keep it very short.
It's because we haven't been here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we haven't been here in a minute.
Yeah,
What's your life update?
I had swine flu, y'all.
What is swine flu, by the way?
I didn't know what it was until they told me I had it. So I struggled breathing. I couldn't breathe. Like, if I walked for too long, I had shortness of breath. I was severely sick. I could barely get out of bed. I couldn't do anything. I was just sick. I was coughing blood. Like, it was
coughing blood.
Yeah, like phlegm. It was
what?
It was hectic.
That is hectic.
It was very hectic. So I had that for and I didn't know that was what I had, and I'd hope I didn't spread it to anyone because I kept coming to work even with being sick, And when I finally said, you know what, no, let me actually go and find out what it is. So I went to the hospital, and then they said, hey, this is thingy. Then I got the medication I needed. Sadly, by the time I found out what it was, I'd already spread it to all my friends in the unit, so everybody's recovering right now.
The way
everybody is recovering.
Swine flu is swine, not a pig, bro.
Like, it comes from pigs. Funny enough, actually,
you have pig flu. Stop eating pork, man. It has nothing to do with eating pork.
No. Yeah, but then I had pig flu, y'all. I had pig flu, and it just was hitting me for the past weeks. And then when I found out my diagnosis, I was like, okay, let me quarantine. So I didn't go out anyway. I didn't want to go out anyway. That's why I also canceled the shoot on the Monday, because I didn't want to give it to anybody else, because some people the effects may be worse than some. Mine was just like it was just a severe flu. I've had COVID. It wasn't as bad as my COVID flu, but it was bad. So that's what I had. And then I also started therapy. Yeah, that's a new one for someone who's like, hey, anti-therapy 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I actually started therapy.
What have you been unpacking in therapy?
Well, I had my first session this week, so I haven't really got into unpacking much. It was just more of a introductory session with my therapist. I'm having conversational type of therapy. And
what kind of therapist is it? Is it like a religious therapist?
No. It's not a religious therapist. It's what happened was I was having a mental breakdown. Like being shy, left, right, and center. It felt like every week there's something I'm fighting against. Like I haven't felt a week of peace. I don't know what's gonna happen next week. I don't know. And every week I feel like there's something gilwa. Like I'm fighting every week, you know. And I just was really like crumbling because I was fighting something. I had like back-to-back meetings with people, serious people, and all those things, and it was just really exhausting, and everything was just exhausting. And then I first my bursary offers therapy. So I'd downloaded the app. It's Lyra. Downloaded the app to look for a therapist. It needed a code. I asked for the code. No one sent me the code. So then I went on the internet and I was like looking for therapists near me. And there was this website, and then you kind of like fill in your prompts, like what your preferences are. So I didn't want anyone necessarily religious or anything like that. So I just wrote my preferences and 1, 2, 3. And funny enough, like I filled in that form, and in 3 minutes, a therapist contacted me. And we had a session like 2 days later, and I fell in love with the conversation and the way she's handling things. So that's, I'm in therapy. So I'll tell you guys how it is. They say therapy is a journey. So I'm not expecting any changes now, but I'm having weekly sessions. And that's me. And then I got the news that one of my uncles, very, very close uncle of mine, might have meningitis, you know. I also didn't know what it was, but it's a bacteria that attacks, you just get it from, like some things, guys, in life you can't prevent. So you touch a surface or whatever, and you get this bacteria called meningitis that attacks your brain. And ends up, when it attacks your brain, it attacks everything.
Of course.
Can't move, can't think, can't remember, you can't.
Yeah.
So the way he was in surgery yesterday to find out if it really is. I hope we get the news that it's not, because if it is, so that's my life update. And then while you're watching this, I should be in exam season, but right now I'm in preparing for exam seasons. One of the reasons why I actually sought out therapy was because, besides like feeling like I'm going against the current of life and I don't know how to handle these situations and they're affecting my character, you know, who I am, how I handle things, how I treat people, I also have lack of motivation and lack
affecting your character. How so? Like, what was the light bulb moment where you're like, this is affecting my character? What did you do or say?
It's a thing of like,
I'm gonna need another one.
Hey, don't give her another one. Give her water. It was a thing of like, I was very reactive.
Okay.
So like for certain situations, I look back in certain situations. I look back at certain situations. I was like, I didn't have to like react to this. Firstly, or even if I reacted to this, I shouldn't have reacted in the way I reacted to it. And it goes to many things, you know. And because I was very reactive, you know, I'm taking everything personally, you know. So I'm reacting from a personal place, you know, and some things were not personal, you know. So I guess I've just been a highly volatile and a very emotional person. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to be crying every week on this couch, y'all. Something's wrong, you know. So so I regulating my emotions, and also just because apparently therapy, I guess it's my first session, they can help you with that, and they can also help you like get back motivation, get back consistency, because I lost motivation in a lot of aspects of my life. If you can see, I haven't released a vlog in how many weeks?
8 weeks.
Exactly. And I have so much content, you know. So it's like, what's wrong, you know. So yeah, that's why I'm in therapy.
Okay, it's good. You got the help you needed. Like, you knew you needed help and you went and you got it.
Yeah, it was all the
good step.
Everybody, Kaya, 1, 2, 3. Everybody I'm talking to is like, girl, go to therapy, go to therapy.
I've been saying that since last year, man.
Like, go to therapy. And then I had like a whole meeting, and in the meeting they're like, go to therapy, and I was like, actually, yeah.
I'm glad you finally took the step to go.
Yeah, I need to go to therapy.
Like, that negotiation you have inside your head not to go to therapy is a real one.
You're like,
I can do it.
What girl can help me with
it?
Like,
I'm gonna do it.
And then you don't do it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my life update, y'all.
Life updates, guys.
Yeah, very fulfilling, very
fulfilling.
I don't know. Like, we went into everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Comprehensive.
Very comprehensive. That's
right.
Right. Very comprehensive. Yeah. So to add to the comprehensiveness of our life updates, today's girl chat topic is, who taught you it was okay to shine? So in your I
think we know yours.
Mine is like, the one teacher and there's my mom.
Yeah.
And I guess like, who taught you to shine in primary? Who taught you to shine in high school? And who's teaching you to shine now?
Nobody taught me how to shine.
Hey.
Like, I really pondered on this girl chat for a minute. I'm like,
yeah, who told me to shine?
There was, even when I was bullied, like, I never reached out to anyone because I knew I could handle it. You know, anything that was thrown my way, especially in primary school and high school and varsity, even now, I know I can handle it. So there wasn't anybody who walked me through the times where I thought it wasn't okay to shine. You know, so I don't have a story. Like, there's nobody, I've said this before, I don't look up to anyone. There's no one who inspires me. There are people I admire, sure, and like, oh, she's doing a great job. I like what she's doing, yeah. But, no.
Then what then helped you shine? Like, with having no one?
I've just always shone.
Hey.
No, genuinely. Genuinely.
Hey, this is how people feel when they have conversations with me and I toot my horn.
Is that me beating my chest?
Yes,
my goodness.
You just said like,
I'm being so dead.
You just
being so dead. No, like, and this is something I've learned in the past week. So I met, for the first time in I think 10 years, I had a conversation, 10 or 11, I had a conversation with my aunt, who's my dad's sister, right? And she gave me some insight into how they grew up, right?
Yeah.
So my father and his siblings grew up in orphanages, right? And it was just, their parents just left them there. It wasn't a matter of circumstance that they couldn't raise them, because my grandmother, my father's mother, was a very educated, accomplished, well-traveled woman, right? She just didn't really want them, right? And so they grew up in orphanages, and at, I think, 14, they were separated into different ones. So he has 2 siblings, and they all went to different orphanages. And then when they were 18, obviously the orphanages had to let you go, and then they reconnected and they found each other wherever they were in the country. Thank goodness all of them were still in the country, right? But she told me, which my father has, I think he avoided telling me because he's a little bit in denial. You know how old people are when they move past the toughest parts of their lives. But she let me in on the reality of their upbringing. And she told me what I've always known. She said, resilience, self-certainty is in our blood. Because their mother came back, right, looking for them. When they were in their 30s, their mother came back and said, hey, I'm your mom. And they all said, we don't need you. We've made beautiful lives for ourselves. My aunt is now a really successful hairdresser. She has her own beautiful salon. She's been successful for years. Her children all over the world. Her daughter's in Qatar. You know, my father has built a very beautiful life for himself. His daughter has a podcast.
Yeah,
you know, unfortunately, my uncle, my father's brother, passed away. But they've made beautiful lives for themselves. Point I'm making is that it is part of who we are as the Meeks to build beautiful lives for ourselves on our own, and not depend on other people, and not allow our circumstances to affect how we think of ourselves. We think highly of ourselves. If you meet a Meek, if you hear my father speak, you hear my aunt speak, highly of themselves, regardless of how they grew up, and it's instinctive. So that's why I'm saying I've always shone. It was never in me not to shine or to dim my light because of certain people. Like if I made a decision not to participate in something or stop doing something or stop showing up somewhere, it is out of my own volition.
Not because of people.
Never because of people. Never ever. I want people to know that you have absolutely no bearing on the decisions I make
in
my day-to-day. Ever. Whatever you say.
So then no book, no song, no
songs. Like if I read a book or I listened to a song, it only validated what I believed, not encouraged me to believe something new. I always reference, I think we had this, what a bittersweet day, but the day when we were sharing music and like the song, play us a song and explain to us why the song is important to you. Remember?
When was this? Yo, guys, I promise. When was this?
Like me.
Okay, no.
You remember now?
The memories came back, yes.
That's what I'm saying, it's a very bittersweet thing. But
the bittersweet is the reason why I remember that day. It was bittersweet.
Hey, damn it. But one of the songs that I did play was Power is Power by The Weeknd, Travis Scott, and SZA. Yes, and it was part of the Game of Thrones soundtrack, right? Really beautiful song. The lyrics are great, and it only validated what I thought about myself. A knife in my heart couldn't slow me down because power is power. My fire never goes out. That's what the song says. So songs like that, just you know what I'm saying?
They don't create it.
Yes.
They just like fuel.
Yes, you know which song fuels my fire? Also, Nasty C and MT, Born to Win. Yo.
I'm sure if you ever like saw them perform it, you would be the loudest. You would be the loudest person in the crowd.
Because it's like, what? First you will fail and then we get back up on because we never was born to quit.
Hey.
Anyway, let's not. Nice to see when you perform that song. Call me Kitao Jaivela.
You will dance. You'll be the.
Those are the songs that fuel my fire. Right?
Okay.
You? I know you have.
Oh yeah.
Primary, high school. Now.
Yeah, like I've always shown like. Shining is like in my blood. I feel like that's how like we are able to sit on this platform today and have built this platform today is because we shine, you know? So shining has always been in my blood as well. I've always like shown, like I've always stood out. In crash, I stood out.
Yeah.
In primary school, in my first primary school, I stood out like to the point where like I had like senior students taking care of me.
Yeah.
I had people who fetched me by the gate, dropped me off in my class, bought me lunch, 1, 2, 3, like people used to queue for me during break and stuff. So, and it was simply because I was that bubbly, cute girl, you know, that bubbly, cute little girl, and I had a lot of mothers and fathers, you know, that thing, you know. So I've always shown, you know, but I only started feeling bad about it, you know, and not even in high school, in primary school.
What? Never heard this one.
In primary school, guys, I started feeling bad about like being that person in primary school because I feel like when you are that person, people assume you are either a teacher's pet or they assume you are a tattletale or something, you know. They just assume things about you, you know. Like they assume you come from a wealthy family. They assume that, oh, this one, she chills with the teachers. None of that happened. I actually had confrontations with teachers. But you didn't know that because people gravitated. I got opportunity because they knew I could do it and I shine, you know? So because of that, I got bullied in high school, in primary school. As I said, when I became head girl, I think I mentioned this before. When I became head girl, people were shocked as to why you would give me the position because 1, I didn't play sports. 2, I was not even top 10. Like, I was top 10, but I was not number 1 in the top 10.
Yeah.
And it's known that the head girl is always the smartest girl in the school, you know? And I wasn't that. To the point where the girl who thought she was going to be head girl ended up crying. It was a whole thing. And people were comforting her. And people didn't come and congratulate me because I took someone else's position as if I had, like, anything to do with that, you know? So because of, like, all of that, going through all of that, I didn't necessarily tell people when I was bullied.
Okay.
It was evident. My mom, I think, was called by the school and they were like, I was going through bullying. check up on her or whatever. My mom had a conversation with me and she literally told me this, and this is the attitude I've always had since. She's like, if you've never had a personal encounter with nobody, you haven't fought them, you haven't sweat them, you haven't done anything to them, and they hate you, it's probably because they want to be you. That's what my mom told me. She was like, it's just jealousy. You are beautiful, you are intelligent, you are confident. Of course you're going to have haters. I knew what haters were, like in primary, you know? And my mom told me this. So every time I got bullied, in my head, I was like, you just want to be me. And they validated that. Like, they emphasized that because you couldn't beat me. Like, in anything. Like, you couldn't beat me in academics. I ended up becoming head girl. My mom kind of, like, pampered me. She's the reason why I'm my biggest, like...
Shout out, Mama.
Like, I'm there, like, oh, like, she pampered me, guys. That's why I speak about myself the way I do. It's because of that woman. Yeah. So, for me, that's who it was in primary. In high school, then I had Miss Ratwana. Yeah. You know,
You finally remembered her name.
There was a time I forgot.
You speak about her a lot and you never said her name. This is the first time.
Oh, okay. Oh, Miss Ratwana. I still have on WhatsApp and everything. Maybe I was just trying to protect her privacy or whatever. But, like, Miss Ratwana, for her, it was like, I never went to her and said, hey, I'm being bullied. She saw it and she just stood up for me. And then she pulled me aside and also said, girl, shine. Yeah. Shine, you are going to go so far. She's the one person I think who could have predicted me being here. Yeah. She's like, you are going to go so far in life. Yeah. Like, you are going to reach heights you've never imagined because of who you are. And they just like, felt that like, you know, it did it for me, you know, and I reached heights, you know. And then now, and let me just say, now I'm my biggest horn blower. Yeah. I think I'm the person who bumpers myself to shine. Yeah. Like, and it's taking a lot of like conscious effort in doing that because I feel like we have a lot of we have haters. Yeah. But a lot of people who want to say something negative or get excited when something negative happens in our lives. And it's like, of course, like the noise of your hater is always louder than the noise of the people who support you. So now I'm more conscious about like shutting out the noise of the negativity and just like, allow myself to understand that I am that girl. We are those girls. Yeah, so that's why I'm shining. That's why I'm shining now. And I just want to say to our audience that shining is not a bad thing. Yeah. It's not a bad thing to stand out, you know? Yeah. It's not a bad thing to be unique. Whether you stand out in how you dress, whether you stand out in how you speak, you know, it's not a bad thing. Take that and put that in and take it for your advantage. You know, you can use that as a strength, while other people try to make it your weakness, make it your strength. Yeah.
And I think that shining, the prerequisite for shining is absolute selfishness. The moment you consider the feelings of others when it's time for you to shine, you will not shine the brightest you possibly can because you're worried about this one feeling less than, you're worried about hurting this one's feelings, you're worried about what this person will think of you, and then your light will begin to dim more and more and more because you are being too considerate of people who may not even be supporting you, you know? And I think one thing that I always remember when it's time to step into a room is that half these people here don't know me. Actually, 99% all of these people in this room do not know me. So nothing they say I will take personally because they do not know me personally. Secondly, how you feel about yourself when I enter the room is none of my business. Whatever happens when you second guess your outfit because I walked in, you second guess yourself, you second guess your abilities, your talent when I walk into the room.
That's on you, baby.
That's completely on you. So know that whatever happens in people's minds about you is a demon they have to fight on their own.
It's out of your control.
It's not your business to convince them that you are who you think you are. And I think the moment that people feel a little offended by you no longer needing any validation from them, that's when you got to chuck them. You got to kick them out. What do you mean you don't know? Hey. Okay. That's
Real.
Our girl chat.
Yeah.
Let's play a little game.
Yes, guys. Kai was like, oh my God, I miss the games we used to play. So I literally looked for whiteboards in studios.
Did you?
In studio in my car. Yeah, they're over there. I looked for whiteboards. I looked for markers. So we gonna play.
When did you do that?
Well, you're doing your makeup.
Oh.
Kaya takes so long to do her makeup, guys.
I do, guys, because
promise you.
I like colors.
Like, wow. She will sit and just look at herself.
Yes, I will. I genuinely will.
And you're just that girl.
I want to make sure, like, oh, is today's look super bronzy? Yes, it's bronzy. So let's add a lot more. That's why I asked for your foundation stick. Because I'm like, today we're going bronze, baby.
And she looks stunning, baby.
Thank you, honey bun.
You really do look so stunning. Like,
Thank you.
Guys, I didn't recognize her. Like, when I saw
This
her.
girl, she must wear her glasses.
I was like,
it's not about my beauty. It's because she's legally blind.
No, it's a beauty. I was like, who's this pretty girl holding bags and stuff? And I don't know why the bags didn't hint at it being you.
Dude, we're the only people who carry bags around here.
We walk around this world with suitcases, guys. I promise you, people think we do something shady. I promise.
Dude,
we go to the
like,
mall
what's
with a
happening
suitcase.
with this? Yeah, we do go to the mall.
We go to restaurants. I had rollers in my head one time at the mall. Please.
I love our job.
But I always say that, like, you don't pay my bills, so I don't care what you think.
It's true.
It's true. So what are our categories? How many do you have there?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's so organized. You should see how she's drawing these lines.
Like, I can't even draw straight lines again. I'm just dugging it out. Guys, in the hood, we have water shedding now, by the way.
Oh, no, it's not the hood. It's Joburg.
Joburg.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
What the hell, yeah?
But
What the hell, yeah? Say, bro, when I saw a water shedding notification come in from, you know that app, Escom's a push.
Yeah.
And I saw water shedding notification. I'm like, now we're in the trenches.
We really
We're
are.
in the damn dungeon, bro. Like, what happens if they say load shedding and water shedding one day?
Bro, we had like load shedding the other day, and our generators at Reyes were refusing to cooperate. Now, at least with water shedding, our Reyes we have our own water supply.
Oh, nice.
So while the rest of Oakland Park doesn't have water, we got water.
That's nice.
About with hot water and stuff, I'm good.
What category? Let's like choose some difficult categories today.
Car, okay. Country,
brand. Okay, country.
Country is difficult for me.
Brand.
Okay. South African celebrity.
Yo,
I think I'm gonna fail.
Okay,
I'm gonna fail there, guys. I don't know South African celebrities. It's so
Me
bad.
neither, bro. What?
So bad.
And then
we need.
Tabang, what do you think? Okay. Color. And then the last one is for points. Is it not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get this party started. How many seconds? Who's gonna start the timer?
Tabang, you do it. You give us the letter and start the timer.
Please.
Did
you say no?
Please.
Oh, I thought you said,
Okay. Let's go.
Guys, when was the last time we played this game?
Bruh, it's been so long. This is back when Thato didn't have a studio. And we were playing this game at his apartment, guys. We went from showing at an apartment to shooting in a studio.
You get it?
What?
The levels.
Growth.
The levels.
Wow.
You get it.
Okay, let's go.
Stopwatch, ne?
Yeah, how many seconds?
60.
Okay.
60 seconds, yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah. Don't start with X. You start with X. I'm glad.
Okay. First letter is T.
Yo.
Okay. Let me not try to be unique.
10 seconds in.
I win.
20 seconds in.
Okay, I think 30 seconds is too long.
Brand.
Yeah, no, 60 seconds is too long.
30 seconds.
We're taking it to 30 seconds now. Yeah.
Ha.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine. I wrote here.
I don't have a car and do ballet one.
No, isn't Tiguan like a make of a certain brand?
Yes, I knew.
Okay, cool. As long as you know, I wrote Toyota.
Oh, damn.
It's a car, but it's a make.
I forgot Toyota.
Country?
Tanzania.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, you were making sure.
I was like, nah.
Brand, Total.
Tommy. What's yours?
Total Sport.
Okay, Tommy Hilfiger.
Celebrity Trevor Noah.
Tito Bowen. Tito Bowen.
Color teal.
I also said teal. Damn it.
Okay,
I got
she
450.
beat me with that car. Oh, damn.
What's
The next one.
Yes.
Next letter is G. Time is started.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You. Country with the G. Oh.
10 seconds in. 20 seconds in.
There's a color with the G. There's no color with the G. There's no cow with the G. Nina manga.
Car, guys, is the cow with the G.
Time.
Okay, car, I have 0.
Also me, I have 0. Yeah.
Country, I have Ghana.
I have Germany.
Brand, I have Gucci.
I have Giorgio Armani.
SA celebrity, I have Gigi Lamayne.
50, mama.
Color, I have green.
Yo.
I've been wearing green today. How do you?
I should have looked around.
Oh my God.
Damn, 0.
Oh
I
my
got 250.
At least I'm back to
Lol,
our tying again. We're tying.
Yeah,
We're ready.
Okay, next letter is F.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Jehovah.
Seconds in.
Color with the F.
20 seconds in.
It's fine. There's no color with the red. With the F, Nina manga. Oh, I know a color.
Of Namanga.
I do. Oh,
Unamanga.
You can Google it even.
Okay.
Okay, car.
Ferrari.
Ford.
Okay. Country, France.
Finland.
Okay. Brand, Fabiani.
Fendi.
Okay.
We have 50, 50, mama, 50. I knew it.
Color, fuchsia.
I also said fuchsia.
Okay.
And that's only because I've heard it before, not because I've seen fuchsia, guys.
I don't even know what fuchsia is. 1, 2, 3, 400.
That's 3 letters, ne?
Yes.
2 more. Ne?
Yeah.
Okay, the next letter is B.
Oh. Okay.
10 seconds in.
The celebrity.
Oh.
I will be thingy. Nah, this celebrity, we're going to get 50, I'm telling you.
20 seconds in.
Guys, SA celebrity with a B.
Time.
Which celebrity is it?
Bonang. Dude, I'm like, she's definitely going to write Bonang because she loves Bonang so much.
How do I forget Bonang? Okay. Country, car, Bugatti.
Hey, 50. Damn it. Love, I thought I was being unique.
Country, Belgium.
Burundi.
Okay. Brand, Balenciaga.
Burberry.
Okay. SA celeb, 0. Car, color blue.
Okay, Burgundy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. If I don't get 500,
Oh,
Last letter, guys.
okay.
yes, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Hey, brah. Don't do that.
Give me a second. Let me come. Okay, I'm ready.
Yes.
Why? Time is started. Yeah.
Is that cow with the Y?
10 seconds in.
Ew. This color is diabolical. There's no cow with the Y. Quash, quash.
20 seconds.
Celeb, Yeshua. He's global. He's a global celeb.
Yes. Okay, I got nothing.
I also got nothing, yeah?
Country, I got Yemen.
I also said Yemen, damn it.
Brand, I got Jägermeister.
Jägermeister's a J.
It's a J!
I got YSL.
Oh, Jehovah. It's a nobody.
I also got nobody.
Color no yellow.
Also yellow, 50, mama.
Oh, color one. Damn it.
I win again, guys. If your memory serves you correctly, I won
She
again
won
the last time.
Oh, man, I'm so bad.
This was so fun. Thank you,
so
Bo.
Yeah,
This was really fun.
Wait,
what do you want?
I don't know where I put
Oh,
the lid.
nah, I also didn't see where you put the lid. Lift your board, let's see.
It's not there.
Ew.
It's on the bottom.
Can you reach? Oh, you finally wore these shoes.
Yes.
They're so cutesy, demurey.
Thank you very much.
Are they sturdy?
Yes, very sturdy,
Okay.
actually.
Because when you see like petite shoes like these,
You're just like, are they
you're
sturdy?
like, yo, is this going to carry me?
Yeah.
You're 60 kgs. Okay, I'm not 60 kgs, I'm 55.
Fun times I had, y'all. But let's get into the membership.
Yeah, well, long
No,
topic.
long topic. Damn, y'all.
That's the cue, guys. Subscribe to memberships because we have a memberships episode for you today.
Yes, I really missed membership.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Our long topic is what joy taught me when life was heavy. I think you literally...
Yeah, I did share this in the
life update,
in the
which
life
is
update.
so cute. Yeah. Share stories
But
of
the title of this long topic is Black Girl Joy.
Yeah, boo.
Yes, I love that. It's a very
Yeah,
powerful,
boo. Yeah, boo.
powerful topic.
So what has joy taught you?
I think from a young age, like, again, very characteristic of the Meeks is to laugh. Like, even when it's tough, make a joke, just laugh, right? And I think that's why I'm a little bit apprehensive with introducing people to my family, because we have the darkest sense of humor. Like, if it's not dark, we are teasing each other. Like, you'll hear and this is what braces us for, like, the outside world. Because there's nothing you can say to me that my cousins and my brothers and my whoever's have not said to me.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
So we've always been a family who laughs. My father makes the most untimely jokes, the most offensive jokes too, but they're jokes, they're hilarious. So I think, Jay, like the way that I grew up with my family cultivated the necessity for joy. Like you'd find even in a grieving period, we're watching Trevor Noah and we would just enjoy laughing together, you know? Now, recently, obviously, there's TikTok and all of the things. So joy has been a really integral part of the way that my family has gone through challenges. Like, even, there was a time my parents were going through financial difficulty. And they couldn't afford meat, right? So my mom, she's like, all of you, come, gather here. We are all going vegetarian.
No, that is so real.
And they were like, what? She's like, yeah, no, we're vegetarian now. So when you don't see meat on your plate, is because...
I understand.
And the thing is, we were very young at the time. So, were we very young? Maybe... We were young, right? Young enough not to understand what she was doing. Because we were like, really? Because, you know, she was like on a weight loss journey and
so
all of these
make
things. So it made sense. We're like, okay, so now
Okay.
because she's on weight loss, that means the rest of us have to join her, support our mom.
Yes.
And I think we went through 2 or 3 days of no meat. Just it's shebo, ne rice. Or if it's not shebo, ne rice, it's in fish, ne rice. And I think on day 3, even she was like, nah.
I can't do this.
I gotta make a plan.
I can't do this vegetarian diet. I'm a black woman in the black South Africa. I am no vegetarian.
You get it? She was like, nah, I gotta hustle, right? And obviously now she pawned something. She bought the meat, you know? But that's an example of how humor has carried us through even the difficult times.
Oh, that
even
is
my
so
mom's
funny.
sense of humor carried us through the difficult times. My father's sense of humor. Yeah, I think I've always had black girl joy. And now when I think about it, when it comes to, you know, the conversation we had in the girl chat segment about shining, right? And never needing permission to shine. I think a healthy home environment, even though it had its major flaws, I must say my upbringing had its major flaws. But when it came to cultivating real joy, we never slipped. We never missed a beat. You'd find us, you know, like in the midst of chaos in our family. And then 2 minutes later, you know, we're laughing. Which was, I think, also has set the tone for my relationships now. Where even with like friendships and business partnerships, if I can't laugh with you about something that is, you know, somewhat heavy. Or like if you can't laugh in the midst of being stressed,
then
we're not gonna work out, man. Because if you, I don't take life too seriously. So I like to surround myself with people who don't take life too seriously, you know. But yeah,
I was actually seeing a TikTok today of this guy who was like, the one thing he tries to do and thrives to do is create happy environments.
Yeah.
Whether it's with his family, whether it's with his friends, or whether it's with at work. Like work can be stressful, we can be productive, whatever it may be. But an environment should be fostered where like jokes can be shared, like people can actually laugh. I think that also like helps with like productivity. If we can laugh, we can joke, whatever it may be, it can help with productivity. I feel like for me, the I have like a few like memories, like joyful memories, a lot this year, funny enough. But I remember when my parents were like, these people were not speaking to each other, but we played Candy Crush together. Do you understand?
Online.
Do you understand? So yeah, when I Candy Crush, like you back then, everybody was obsessed with Candy Crush.
Yeah.
So we had a tablet in the house that we downloaded Candy Crush on. Every night, we know mom and dad are not speaking to each other.
Yeah.
But every night as a family, we sit. Each person has their turn to play. So if you doy a level, you pass the tablet to the next person.
Now that's hilarious.
So imagine
we're not on speaking terms, but we gonna play a game together.
But we go
for
play Candy Crush together. Like we're not speaking, and literally, what made them speak and what brought joy and laughter was Candy Crush in our house. Like shout out to Candy Crush.
I think that's peak.
Like shout out to Candy Crush. So like that for me, like those moments, it's like yes, mom and dad are not speaking, but we still had, it was our own way of doing family time.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise there would be no family time, you know? And then other instances where like joy has really like carried us. So like in my unit, we have like two people who have like failed CTA. Well, three. So a few of us who have failed CTA, failed postgrad, and then we have Bongs who's doing her postgrad for the first time. And the things we do to relieve stress are so comedic. There was a day we went and fetched high heels from our rooms, and we Bongs fetched her LED lights, and we put LED lights in the common area, like, and we turned them red, and we had a whole like Ciara performance happening with high heels.
Big.
I'm telling you, with onesies. We talk about people wearing onesies with high heels.
Past that room, we're like,
luckily you can't even
they
see.
smoked?
Luckily you can't even see what's going on in our unit. You can only hear what's going on.
Yeah.
But like I remember, like, and my friend like does like dancing things in her room with high heels, to the point like there was a time where we were hanging out with a guy who stays downstairs, and funny enough he stays right below her, and he was like, what does the girl who stays upstairs me like? What does she be doing? Because I hear goom 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 goom. Whole time this girl works, like does dancing with her high heels. That's how like she works out. So like you will hear all those things.
So
and
you guys were dancing in your high heels?
Bruh,
Did you fall?
No.
Oh, surprising.
That was another thing.
Why were you dancing with high heels with your toe?
No, it was before my toe.
Okay.
It was before my toe.
Okay.
Now with my toe, what we do like is it? The thing is, I don't know if they'll let me put these videos on the internet, but like
They probably won't.
They won't. But then like
they will
we
not.
did like we do whole like workout things. Like we'll compete, like how many squats you can do, how many sit-ups you can do. But we laughing the whole time, and I feel like those moments where I'm just sitting with these people who most of them were strangers to me until this year, and we are laughing. It makes me like, oh my God, I'm just like, oh, life isn't that bad, guys. Life isn't that bad. Like I can cry about like something that's happening, and then afterwards we hitting jokes. We are laughing.
That's the beauty of sisterhood, eh? Very beautiful.
It's a very beautiful thing. And I'm like, if it wasn't for like those joyful moments, we would be so heartbroken. Now, my thing is, we are a country that's going through a lot in South Africa. But we find jokes in whatever we're going through. Name any funny situations, like TikTok memes or something.
Let me try and think.
That my number one is referring to our president as Cupcake, and him accepting that as his
diabolical,
name.
Bro.
Really?
That girl saying, hello,
Cupcake. And he said hello, and he looked like a cupcake. Oh my God. Oh, guys, Cupcake is so cute.
Cyril.
He,
What's happening?
Oh,
But But I think he also understands, the need for humor in
Yes.
our country. And I
Yes.
think one thing that our South Africa, like what makes me proudly South African, is our ability also to laugh.
Yes.
Like, yes, sometimes we laugh a little too soon,
Yeah.
But in the midst of COVID, guys, the content that came out during COVID was so top tier,
Like,
bro.
people are dying, but like the jokes are.
Dude, we're stuck in the house, all of us. We're seeing dust academically. Like, it's just not looking good. But are we laughing?
Yes. There was we even created online party spaces where you could do online party. We had Lasizwe with his memes. Like, he put earphones on his nose to act like he's in the ICU.
I remember.
Guys, I'm telling you, one thing about this country,
we will laugh.
Everything is a joke.
Oh my goodness,
everything is a joke.
I love that.
December, we have an alcoholism problem, but we'll see.
There's this one, was it a TikTok trend? I think it was a thread on TikTok though, of Tosa functions or something like that.
And that one uncle.
Like, that is so diabolical,
and
bro. And it's true. We all have that one uncle who just gets too drunk.
And everybody had it. Everybody, like, yes, we have to admit this is alcoholism, but there's a joke inside.
Yeah.
There's a joke inside. Have you seen any jokes recently with like Cyril going to see Trump and everything? Have you seen anybody release?
No. I haven't seen any jokes around that. I've seen jokes around Afrikaners arriving in America. Have you seen, what's his name now? Troy Shepherds.
I know Troy.
Yeah. He did like a skit on Afrikaners arriving in America, and I was just like, let's laugh. Because Vele, like, let's get a little political right now.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
The whole, let's say, sensationalization of the Land Expropriation Without Compensation Act was like what Dan Corder says, grifters just grifting,
yes.
Right? And I think we have more pressing issues in South Africa than the white people's delusion of this genocide that they claim is happening. The farm murders aren't as frequent as the women who are being murdered in South Africa. Right?
Every day, even now today, there's a hashtag.
Single day.
Like 10, 15, 20
way
hashtags.
More pressing matters, right? So my political opinion on the migration of Afrikaners, or let me say their refugee status in America, is keep them.
Yeah.
Keep them. They had Oranje. If
they're
dissatisfied with Oranje, they can
go
stay in Connecticut or wherever. Because really and truly,
it's the fact that it was only 40 of them that dusted me. And it's the fact that one is even selling a 4-bedroom home. Imagine being a refugee. Do you have a 4-bedroom home? And you are
a refugee
not
with a 4-bedroom home is diabolical.
You are selling your 4-bedroom home.
Dude.
They're selling 4-bedroom homes in farms. Like, I'm just like, girl, if you're a refugee, sell that to me for R1. Sell it to me for R1. I will go and be the Afrikaner on the front. I'll promise through.
It's so ridiculous. And I can't believe our president sat down. You know, there was a little bit of disappointment in the fact that he went there to confront such
stupidity. Like, same. I was like, this is something you ignore. Like,
I was just like let the Afrikaners go. If they want to just go. Like, and I love that one of the women, I forgot her name now, who accompanied the president to that meeting, refocused the conversation towards gender-based violence and a lot of the gross, I mean, the human rights violations that happen in South Africa on a regular basis. She shifted that conversation in the direction it needed to go, which is what I love. But I hated that it had to be a woman. You know, there were 5 other people there, bro, and you telling me we're having a conversation about no, there's no genocide happening because they want to pull foreign aid. And I think for any African country, I'm trying to remember now this
Burkina Faso.
Yes.
How did I even know you were gonna say that? Yes.
Any African country who panders to, you know, the Western world because of foreign aid is accepting defeat, is accepting neo-colonialism. If anything, it should open our eyes to like, okay, they've pulled foreign aid, let's pull our socks up,
yes,
and let's make sure that the money we receive is allocated in the right direction. We are the world's largest producer of many minerals, right?
Very so.
Is it titanium? My memory forgot, right? But if anything, once they pull the pacifier, feed yourself somewhere else, Instead, we're now begging
to
HIV
keep the
and AIDS.
pacifier.
We have so many innovators in our country, right? The person who found, it's a bit controversial, I mean, conspiracy, but the person who discovered, let me say, before we get legally,
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. A lot of the world's cures came from South Africa.
Yes, very true.
Exactly. So
very true.
Any HIV medication, we have many, many, many bright minds that have graduated from.
Yes.
What? We have the continent's best
UCT.
The continent's best tertiary education. You're telling me those bright minds cannot come together and say, you know what, since foreign aid has been pulled, let's bring the funds here. Let's do.
They don't want, because I
love you, but
I was actually having a conversation with a doctor, funny enough, in the salon, and it turns out she started off in the study of viruses, a degree in that, and then she went into medicine.
Yeah.
So she was like one of our brightest minds during COVID.
Yeah.
And they were having issues. So she was operating from a lab, but not necessarily a properly equipped lab in Limpopo, right?
Yeah.
In Venda specifically. And most of the research, or most of the blood transfusions, or the things that they needed to actually create a cure or help people were being done in Johannesburg. And then they would get transported to Limpopo. And it was a whole logistical issue. And they couldn't help many lives in the rural areas in Limpopo because of that.
Yeah.
And she literally had to sit and be like, guys, cut the cameras. We have people who are able to do what is being done there in Johannesburg here. Why is it that there has to be a middleman and there has to be transport?
Yeah.
I demand funds to create. They created a makeshift lab.
That's beautiful.
They went and begged and got what they got from whoever they got to create a makeshift lab.
Yeah.
And they did that out of their own hands, and they were working hours they didn't need to work. They were doing things that they didn't need to do because a need was there. Yeah. And there are so many South Africans with that ability. There is no need, guys. Burkina Faso, I loved when that man said we have paid off our international. The only reason why Africa is still colonized. We act like we aren't colonized, but we are still babies for the West. We are still the children of the West. It's because they are giving us the pacifier.
Yep.
If they don't have any stake and control, and we pay off our international debt, I know it's hard to say let's pay off international debt while there's ESCOM, while there's this, while there's that, but that's a step moving forward, going somewhere, because now you can negotiate on an equal playing field. Ain't no way Cyril was in the equal playing field with Trump out there when we owe them money. I'm telling you, when you owe someone money, you cannot have an equal conversation. They will always look at you like this.
Yeah, it's true.
So but we didn't mean to be
political. We're veering so far off the topic of black girl joy.
But in all of this that is happening, and everything that is happening in our country, I feel like it's very important for us as black women to continue showing our joy, posting our graduation pictures, going all out. People are like, oh my God, you are spending 20K on your grad. Do that if it brings you joy. Yeah. Post about it. Celebrate your apartment. Celebrate your degree. Celebrate your job. Celebrate everything, because joy in the midst of chaos brings peace, and I think we should carry on doing that, carry on being loud and proud. I know that we are right now going through a lot as women in this country, but I think we should persevere and stay joyful in all of it.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned, what is happening in our country, because I think by the time you guys see this, it would have been 2 weeks since Ulorato's
passing,
murder. because passing.
It makes it light.
Feel like
yes,
it was
makes it light. Like it
under
was
natural circumstances. She was murdered, right? I think that when black girls are joyful, it's an act of revolution because there are so many joy stealers, right? And the joy stealers can be in our homes, can be at school, can be in our workplace. They can be everywhere. And to take back your happiness and take back your joy is such a revolutionary thing. And we should not feel any remorse. Rather, I'm so proud of us for rallying behind each other. We all stand up when it's time to stand up, right? Especially when it's necessary. And to laugh and to take back your agency in your body. And the person who comes to mind, and I know we're having a conversation about gender-based violence, right? But the other person who's been on my heart is Umbali's Kosana, right? She's the lady who says, "Sanbananas pegelen umnyen wam."
Oh, yes,
She used to say that,
yes.
right? And I watched this video of hers just, detailing her experience with her marriage ending and how traumatic it has been.
Yes.
And I realized that she got a lot of joy from catering to her partner in that manner. But her joy was stolen because the man had a desire to have a polygamous marriage, and it was so tumultuous that, and her career on social media
was based on that.
Started on that. And now, there was a part of her that felt, can she continuously make this content and can she continue to cook if she can no longer use her tagline? And that for me was an indication of a joy stealer and the joy stealer she was living with, and the situation itself stole her joy. But how revolutionary is it that she has taken that back and she's still cooking and she's still creating content, and she's cooking for her kids, and now she's hosting people, and all of those things. And I think that is one example of, even in situations of a relationship gone bad or whatever joy-stealing situation has happened, when you prioritize self. I also think of firstborn black daughters and how black tax can sometimes take a toll on you mentally and physically. When you book yourself a spa date, you're taking back your joy, and that's saying, hey, I'm not going to succumb to the system of generational teething, feeding. What is it called?
I don't know, but I understand.
Leeching, there we go. Generational leeching, right? Which is what black tax has come to be. At first, it was, paying it backwards, or paying it forward, rather.
Or taking care of those who took care of you.
Taking care of those who took care of you. But now it's drawn from a sense of entitlement and pocket watching, Now it's just something that is draining more than it should be fulfilling. And when we take care of ourselves and we buy the dress that we like, or we go out to this restaurant we want to go to, and we do our hair, even that in itself is like, hey, against whatever cultural systems exist, whatever socio-political systems exist, I'm going to be happy. And that is what I love about Black Girl, including your community. I think Black girls have a lot of joy in community as well, when Black girls rally behind each other.
Yes. I know,
it's
guys.
Beautiful thing to witness.
I'm telling you, when we come together and we laugh together and everything, it's amazing. Yeah. So for me, I'd love to say thank you guys for getting this far. Thank you guys for enjoying.
What should they comment?
Black girl joy. I don't know.
Like the emoji.
The black girl joy emoji.
What's the black girl?
I'm sure there's a black emoji, like you can make, those yellow emojis, black, and I'm sure there's a woman with a crown.
Queen.
Yes,
if you made it this far into the video, please comment that black queen. Oh, scores.
She won. We said she won. There's no need to count the scores. We know we need like. Please.
And if she won, she was gonna want to count the scores. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have another conversation, somewhat similar to this one, but obviously very, very, very unique, very different, very relaxed. Over on memberships, it's no longer 149 Rand 99. It is now 39 Rand 99. So let's go meet there. And also, our members are going to be the first people to receive the newsletter. So you want to be on that side, guys. And also, we want to link up this winter.
Oh yes. Oh
So the members will also receive first preference for the
yes,
link
for
up.
the link up this winter.
We're not
Definitely.
telling you what the link up is.
But it's cute.
It's very cute. It's
Very cutesy, very demure.
So, do you want to do the cues?
Yes, subscribe, like, comment, and queen.
Oh, and also share your experiences on Black Girl Joy.
Joy, yeah. Tell us any funny moments.
Bye. Yeah.